there, partner.
Willow Glen Legends presents, in association with 2020 Wine and Cheese Bar and Goosetown Lounge, the inaugural Dashin on the Ave. Please join us this Saturday, December 23rd, as we dash our way down Lincoln. As the first of its kind, Dashin is a non-shank sanctioned and non-funded holiday bar crawl. Come dressed to impress in your holiday best. Santa's sleigh takes off at 6 at 2020 and will land at Goosetown by 9, with stops in between. Please pass this message along to anyone you'd like. We'd really love to blow this thing up. Radio spots will be on Trough here, 95.3 KRTY, as well as Wild 94.9 all week to generate the buzz. Hope to see you there. Disclaimer, 2020 and Goosetown have no idea they are sponsoring this event. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know what the pass percentage was on play action, but
They fucking...
Oh, we're back live. As you guys can probably see or know, this is coming out 2 days late. We decided to push it to a nice little Thursday pod so we could be in person because, one, Turner Meeker was finishing college, officially graduated.
Over, son.
Let's
UNR.
go. UNR. Fellow UNR alumni now. Let's go. Turner Meeker and I pack it up. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Big time. And as we all learned at the graduation, not Kev, but me, Todd, and Boog. Well, me and Boog knew, but the strength of the wolf is the pack, and the strength of the pack is the wolf. Yes.
That guy's
Wolf
speech was
pack,
good.
Wolf pack. No, we've been a couple weeks since we recorded, obviously, and so in that time we got to go out to Turner's graduation.
To the Reen.
Big Reno, UNR. Back home for me, but it was Boog's weekend, and it was a good one, top to bottom.
I have to say, though, I'll probably never go back. It was a little grimy for your boy.
How come? What was going on?
You guys stayed in a Grammy spot. I mean,
Let's
not
just
the
say there was a
hotel,
significant homeless issue, which, not to say that that's a big thing, but we stayed in a very heavily populated homeless area.
Now, I will say the one difference about Reno and like the Bay Area is it's illegal to even sit on the sidewalk in Reno. Can't do it. As like a normal person, like we would float down the river and then like hop off and like sit on the sidewalk on a warm day because it's like freezing out of the river. Yeah. Cops would come by and be like, stand up, like can't sit on the river. So like even normal people. So you don't see tents everywhere and like
now that you say that they're all moving. There's never any like passed out
or they're like in an alley somewhere like kind of out of the public eye, which is say what you want. I kind of enjoy it. You don't have to interact with them as much, and a Reno crackhead doesn't really bother you. They'll walk by you, maybe ask you for some money, but it's just straight down the line. It's pretty.
That's really.
But you guys did.
Pockets.
What'd you say?
It's definitely got its pockets of like homeless and stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially down by the river. There's always homeless. But you guys were at a quaint little hotel. I don't even know what it was. It was like a hotel / bar / restaurant.
Yeah.
It was really good. Really good food and really cool place.
But just in the heart of
it's right next to a train station, and so when you're next to a train
and a
station,
homeless shelter too, that's why it was a little weird.
Literally on either side of you.
I literally live next to both of those right now.
Oh yeah, you do. You are in a San Jose.
You by Deerdon, right? No,
Tamien's the one.
Tamian, right by the Elks. You should join the Elks, guys.
Dude, Elks has been shut down.
Yeah, it's really.
Yeah, they're redoing it.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because I drive by it so often, so like it was flat land, and now they've got all of it really going. And it's gonna be pretty wild to see when it's really all like.
Wait, is it they're redoing the Elks or they're just
the Elks? Yeah, no, okay. I think they were talking about like not reopening it, but then they raised enough money or whatever to redo the whole thing. So it's going to be like the nicest Elks around. Which is
no, I mean it's ground up. It was. Crazy.
Oh, really? They knocked all that.
Yeah,
it was all.
We're Elks legacies. That's
the Elks legs.
So you're the legacy. Oh man! I hope people, if you watch that, you get that reference. God damn.
Elks is it's kind of a crazy
Cult.
Yeah, I was gonna say dichotomy of people that go there, but cult works too. But the beers are so cheap, and it's like obviously you got to pay memberships to go there, but once you're in, it's like I could see why a middle-aged man would be in there daily having his fill. Shout out.
We need the counter.
But yeah, shout out counters. That maybe is on the New Year's resolution. I'll get a fucking a pitch counter and just. But going back to your graduation. So you woke up. It was Saturday's graduation or Friday? Saturday's graduation. You wake up feeling nervous. What are the feelings going into this?
Not ready to get it going.
Yeah. Ready to be done.
Yeah, I just wanted to be smooth, with the fam and everything, and it was good. Went to the Blackbird Diner, classic. Went 2 days in a row.
Blackbird
pops off the plane, and then got ready. Went to the wall. Had 2 Jack and Cokes, prime.
Yeah, but you didn't want to be at the wall. You were being pissed off. I know. I don't want fucking beer, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck. Well, I'm getting some fucking drinks.
No, well,
also, I do have to say, and I don't know if this is the full, because you guys, not to interject on this, but the wall was talked up a lot, which we went, it was a great spot. Do they all measure with the shot glasses?
No.
Everywhere in Reno, I felt like just didn't free pour. It was always like shot, shot.
Free pours, but
all by the college. They've all had their bouts with who is it, ABC or whoever it is. Yeah. And so a lot of them had their licenses taken away at a certain time. But I think the way they said it is, even if a certain business gets their license taken away, it goes to that property. So like a new person can move in, but they still have to wait out the time. And so I think after that, they've been like super strict, because they're like that Rick's Pizza that's right on the corner right there.
Is that where we went? Where did we go to the pizza Friday?
No. We went to this one was right next to campus, kind of by Boog's house. And those guys were all like Bay Area guys. But when they first moved there, they couldn't sell alcohol for the first year and a half. They were just camping on the spot. They're like, we know once we sell alcohol, like we'll make our money back tenfold, but just couldn't do it. So I think that's probably why they use the shot glass. They're not trying to get caught up, especially grad weekend. I feel like it's an easy weekend for them to sneak around and just fucking chap you.
Now that I think about it, we didn't even ideas when we walked in.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah. No, I will say though, in the morning, if you would have went in the morning, like I went and got coffee in the morning and passed by there just to see if there's people there. And it was like a line out the door. Like you had to wait
really?
to get in. So it's
okay.
like, I think it was different. Yeah. Because he went later in the day, and like most people will just go get blacked out, and then you see them at graduation and they're standing up doing the waiver back and forth, and you're like, god damn, like probably not the right decision, but I get it. But that's good. So you go into graduation. Who are you sitting next to at grad? Anybody you know?
Three chicks, and then who were fucking just not bickering, but like
hot or no?
And then this guy next to me had
Would you
AirPods
though?
and was watching. Huh?
Would you though?
I mean, it's
the guy. Sorry,
guy's got Taz shoes on. I think. That's very.
We all know CC's pinned tweet, but anyways,
CC.
Yeah,
the worst burner of all time.
The guy next to me was watching some basketball, and then when we were like about to go up, I was like, oh, like what were you watching? And then I asked him because in-season tourney, and then he's like, oh no, I'll just be watching the UFC tomorrow. And I was like, oh,
Spag.
I was like, who you got? Or the next week, sorry, because it was the 9th. But yeah,
that's sick. And the grad seemed like it went relatively quick. I feel like they could have dragged it out a lot.
Yeah,
longer.
I mean, obviously, prayers to UNLV, but we didn't need an entire.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
I'm glad you brought that up. I totally forgot. Yeah, we're not all rebels. I hate to say that. My heart's with them, but I'm part of the wolf pack, homie.
Walk and get some drinks.
I know. Well, it didn't help that you were like, you had let us know beforehand. You're like, as soon as they call my name, like, we out. And so I was like, perfect. And then
you were the last to be called.
Literally, you see his half of like the groups. His first half stands up, all the masters and all the higher up students. Then they jump to the other side, do the whole row, and then come back to the front. Boog's group was literally the last one to go, but still, I mean, worth it. Would have waited 5 hours to see young Eugene walk the stage,
and then had to finish it off in finals
And finals went well. Is this what we're hearing? So Boogs coasted. You're good. You're officially no more.
How'd it feel punching that last ticket?
I'll be honest. Some tears were shed.
Oh, what a bunch of bullshit! Yeah, right.
Well, Boog, tell him what you wrote about, and make him feel like a dick now. Tell him what your last project was.
I did not. I wrote about. Well, one of my classes was sociology and death and dying and dealing with grief. And then we had to kind of come to terms with one of our deaths that we endured. And so I wrote about Mama Lydia.
Wow. Shout out.
Click.
Well, no, honestly, and this sounds bad, but what was going through my head was Mike Breen, 2016 finals. It's over.
He played that video as he's getting out of the car and starts stumbling down.
So many times.
Oh my god!
Honestly, it got me choked up. Like, what can I say?
I will say though, it has been out of all of the Meekers, you have had the not easiest path through the whole thing. It's Todd. They can say what they want, but
hey. Shoulder injury.
Built different.
Shoulder injury, pandemic, save a mom.
Pandemic?
Save a mom and pop franchise from going under.
Wow.
Mojo.
He's talking about Mojo.
6 years, class of 2023.
Thought I only
Ledge.
thought I only had one gay brother. Jesus.
True.
Yeah, no, hey, Boog, it took me 7, so they can say what they want. It took me longer. I brushed it off on Boog. Boog was the last one to graduate.
But the highlight of the weekend was Kev, St. Nick paid us.
Yeah, so I was gonna. I was gonna get it. I was gonna do the whole day, but you right there. So we went gambling after grad. That was the day after grad, right? And so we go back to their hotel, and they had a nice little Mexican feast for us and some tacos, fuego tacos.
And we got hammered.
They did, not me.
Yeah.
I took
Jim had a couple Delos, huh?
I did. I had a Delo. You know what? I drink to celebrate. That's right. My new thing. I'll drink when other people are drinking and there's a reason to.
Drink Friday?
I'll drink Friday. Not heavy. I'll have one or two. Dude, I haven't. It's always a nightmare when I drink. Especially because I'm such a lightweight now. But anyways, we go out afterwards, and where did we start off the night? Did we go right to Calneva? Oh, so you guys walked. That's right.
Yeah, we went right to Calneves.
You guys walked from the restaurant hotel to Calneva, and I took Boog and Dennis. That's what happened. So we end up at Calneva.
Because it's cheaper tables.
There's $15, or was it?
Yeah.
$15 tables everywhere else, and I think that was $10 tables?
No, it was 25 everywhere. 15 was at the Neve.
Brutal.
That's a great idea. You got to go to Neves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and that's what everyone kind of does. It's like, or back when I was there, it was like they would go out and then you would end the night at Calneva just because it's cheaper than everything else. Yeah. Minimums are lower.
Kick ass at Calneva, then you really go up to the 25.
Then you go to the leg. But anyway, so we're there and everyone's kind of doing their thing, gambling. I don't really gamble. That's the other thing. It's when you don't drink, it's so hard to gamble. It's like incredible. Like I watched.
No, yeah, you get like drunk confidence. Like, oh yeah, I'll go throw some money.
Exactly. And I watched someone, I forget who it was, put like $20 in a slot machine, and it was like gone in like 3 touches of a button.
Your dad?
Like, no, that would have been like $100, $150. No, but it was one of us, and I was like, dude, like I just like couldn't get my mind not around that. But anyways, these guys are gambling, and so I'll let Todd take over, I guess.
So it was what SantaCon or the Santa Crawl in Nevada that night, which usually SantaCon is during the morning in other cities, but Reno, I guess they do.
They do a bar crawl out of it,
yeah,
like
at night.
Cool.
So everyone's in holiday Santa stuff. So me, Mikey, and Tay we just started to play craps. Played a couple rolls or whatever. And then a guy who full Santa outfit, beard, fat, like looked like Santa, glasses, comes and stands right next to me. I'm like, oh, Santa, right? He starts rolling. Kev, he's just making us money for like 20 minutes. Like, and he's like, on Dasher, all right. He's throwing his dice, and we're just loving it. And he's telling me, he's like, I don't know like craps lingo. I'm not that much of a gambler, but he's like, I'm gonna hit the hard eight. And I'm like, all right. And like literally 2 rolls hits the hard eight. I was like, oh.
So the hard 8 is like 2-4, so it's not like a 5 and a 3. Yeah. And they have like side smaller bets.
And I made a shit ton. I made like, I think, because I was down a little bit, I made like 150. I mean, that's not a shit ton, but like 170. And then I cashed out. I'm like, cool, I'm done. Here we go.
But so I'm sitting behind Todd this whole time, and like, I was first standing next to TS and I think Ash.
Yeah, I think it was Ash.
And so we're standing there, and like, as someone who's gone to Reno and has gotten accused of being a cooler before, has paid that price, yes. You know, when someone's on a heater, you don't move. So Santa's rolling for 20 minutes. I'm standing there, arms crossed for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking to Ashley, but like, I'm hardly like looking at her. Like,
as they're handing me $25 chips, I was like, thank you, sir.
And we're watching Todd stacking up greens. Like, he started with the small stack, and then his whole roll's like filling out. So me and Ash are talking, and then TS goes to the other side of the table, like probably 3/4 of the way through this, and like you said, Santa's rolling 20 minutes, just like constant. And it gets to the point where he's like trying to make a bet, and like the table's talking, whatever. And TS goes like, he says something along the lines of like, come on, like the dice are getting cold, something like that.
Yeah.
And which is like a no, especially
you don't say the C word.
Exactly. And he wasn't even playing. I hate to say that. So he was just watching. So it's like, I get it if you're on a heater too, and it's like you're throwing down, you're hot, and you're like, come on, like I don't want. But he's off to the side, and he's like, come on, guys, like dice are getting cold. And then like literally the next toss, craps, the guy's done, and everyone was like, oh no. And Mikey, who gambles a little bit more than the rest of us just because he's in Reno more so and has the money to spend, immediately starts talking to Tay, saying like, oh, that was on your dad. Like that's all him. Like everyone else was cool, like, and then or was fine. Yeah. And then Taylor goes up to TS and told him Mikey called him the cooler, and he was like, nope, I'm leaving. Get me out of here. But it was like incredible. I've seen a lot of good runs. That is like up there for one of the best.
And then the I don't know if you saw, and they did it to Dennis at the roulette, the forced tip.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I was like, Dennis told us that. Remember? He like called him out on it. I was drunk, and I thought the guy was telling me to place a bet down. He's like, the dealer was like, oh, put a 5. And I was like looking.
5?
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, what? And I thought I was like, I needed a certain amount of money to cover a bet. And I was looking, I'm like, I have 15. I'm like, okay. And then like thing rolls. He's like, all right, thanks. I'm like, what the fuck? And he did it the second time he did it. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, and
wow.
they did it to Dennis at like an hour later at roulette. They're like, oh yeah, 5, and he's like, no, I'm not gonna.
And they didn't say anything else. It was just.
No, I think he gave it to him.
Did he? Oh,
so.
it was a weird interaction. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
asking for tips, like, which I would have probably tipped him, but now I'm like,
I don't want it.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, yeah,
being told to tip is something totally different.
Fucking stupid. And you're just fucking collecting the dice, dude. Fuck.
Well, and that's exactly. There's 3 of you sitting here to collect 2 dice the whole time.
It'd be one thing if he was like telling me what I should be doing, but it was me, Mikey, and Tay had our own little thing going. We were just kind of following each other, playing pass. I was just playing pass line in the field. That's all I was doing.
Yeah, no, that's That's all. I've never seen that before. But
Yeah.
did you play roulette at all? Any of you guys? Boog, you played. Actually, that's right. I slid Boog. I was like, I can't bet, but what I like doing is I'll give people money, like just being like, here, like I don't. I'll let me see what you do with this, because it takes the stress out of me. And so I was like, Boog, like just throw, just here if you're gonna play roulette. And then he fucking what did you throw it on black? Yeah, ends up coming up. And roulette,
Coming up red or black?
it came up black. No, he doubled his money and said, let's get out of here. But roulette's so sketchy to me. I just...
It's
It's the
Because
best
it's just-
adrenaline if you go red and black. 100 on red or black, it's the greatest adrenaline rush
So
ever.
good. What'd you put on it? 60? Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. But yeah, no, Reno was a ton of fun. We got out of there pretty quick the next day. Did you guys have to drive through the fog? We drove through a fog patch up in the mountains that was
How early did you leave?
it was like 7:38 or something like that.
Oh, no, we
I
left.
drove through one today. It was horrible.
It's literally like the scariest thing ever. I have my dad in the car with me, and it's like every sudden thing, he's like, oh, whoa. And I'm like, brother, stop it. You're fucking killing me. And you know, like wherever it snows, they have grooves in the road from where the trucks have like run their chains through. And so like there's this car right in my ass. So I get over in one of those, and as soon as you get in the groove, it's like go, and you're just like locked in. He makes it the biggest thing. I'm like, God, shut the fuck. You're fucking killing me. But no, Reno was a good time. It's always good to get back out there. Yeah.
Step into 2024 with confidence, thanks to Manscaped, where resolutions are met and hairs are neatly kept. As the new year approaches, why not make self-improvement a breeze by keeping your body well groomed? Introducing Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the ultimate all-inclusive kit designed to help you feel clean-cut and confident as you should. Featuring the Powerhouse Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the next-gen trimmer ensures precision and ease when tackling your toughest hairs. So kick off 2024 with a trim above the rest and use code Trough at manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping.
For me, the highlight of 2023 was just using Manscaped products in general. Always seen in the Target aisle, never really used them. And I can safely say I'm never going back. For me, I think New Year's resolution for 2024 is let's shave the chest at least once every 2 weeks. I want it nice and groomed. And maybe take some off the ball for a little bit too. Just, ladies like that stuff. So, yeah, shout out Manscaped.
Shout out Manscaped. Their Performance Package 5.0 is here, and let me tell you, it's got some futuristic tendencies. Included in this bundle is the brand new Lawnmower 5.0, the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer, and the essential aftercare products like the Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion and Crop Preserver Anti-Chafing Ball Deodorant, and 2 free gifts. Honestly, their ball deodorant is next level. I sometimes throw it on after shower even when I don't have shit to do just because it smells great. Their 5th generation lawnmower features 2 interchangeable next gen skin safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to go smooth wherever your heart desires. Did I mention it's waterproof too? Manscaped also threw in 2 free gifts, the Boxers 2.0. Look at that.
All right.
And the Shed Toiletry Travel Bag. Resolutions may come and go, but a well-groomed you is here to stay with Manscaped's latest and greatest. Start the new year right, because when you look good, you feel good. Manscaped, helping you sculpt the best version of yourself for the year ahead. New year, new you, and it's definitely a new trimmer. Manscaped's got your grooming resolutions covered.
Get 20% off and free shipping with code Trough at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. And use code Trough. Happy New Year to your balls.
Happy New Year.
Balls miss.
Book, do you have a moment in Reno, a moment of college that stands out? I mean, I posed this to you back in Reno, hoping you would fucking come up with an answer by the podcast, but...
God damn. Oh, wow. It's obviously in the...
Ordering randos, Uber some. That's really good.
It's definitely in the 1115 era.
Is that with Ed and Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and that's the thing. It's hard to pick out. I get it's hard to pick out.
That's it.
The whole era, yeah. Because was crazy. You were living in a Harry Potter closet. No, not under the stairs, but just fucking.
Was that the place I even went to?
Yeah. Wow. And it was that place was the best. It was like great place right next to the school. Good roommates. Yeah. That's if you ask me, I couldn't give you an exact moment, but I would say being roommates with D Roach, that's a great college.
Shout out D Roach.
I would say there's one night that I didn't go to sleep. That was like no, just like literally like I came home and it was actually D Roach was involved. I left with D Roach with two chicks to another bar, and then I came back. And
you went to Paris?
No. And then after I ordered the Uber home, so to speak, me and Dennis went and got breakfast burritos at Burritos.
Oof, Roberto's is good.
At 5 a.m.
Yeah, like I was saying to you, I couldn't tell you how many of those nights it would be like D Roach at Calneva at 5 a.m. and I'd be waking up for my day to like go fish, and I like notice his bedroom doors open. I like peek my head in and be like, "Fuck, Dave's not here." Like, one, pray to God he's alive, and two, let's see where he's at. And then he would always be like, "Oh, I'm at Calneva right now." I'm like, "You want to ride home real quick?" Then he'd get in my car and just reek of pure like just stale beer. It's crazy how much alcohol that's just like comes out of you. You know what I mean? Like it's wild. Reno's a great town. I would move back in a heartbeat if I found a job.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Reno the next trip. Reno or Denver? Where would you go, Boog?
Probably Denver.
I was gonna say.
And
the Den.
Cherry Creek to be specific.
Where?
Cherry Creek.
Where's Cherry Creek?
It's a
suburb.
Kind of like a Dub G in Denver.
Dub G.
How on earth do you know that?
I don't think it's a Dub G.
What would you compare it to?
Have you been there?
Yeah, we stayed there both times.
I don't think it's a Dub G. I'd say it's more. I don't know.
Slow.
No. It's. I think it's a little more higher end than Dub G. I'll say that, but I don't want to say it's not like a Los Gatos. It's probably somewhere in the middle.
In Almaden.
Maybe. Fuck Almaden.
Well, moving on. I mean, that again. Congrats to Boog. Huge accomplishment. You completed everyone in Trough has now graduated college. It's a full cycle. We are on. Clap it up.
Go Stanks.
But moving on, Kev, what the fuck have you been up to? What are we doing? You got a nice lineup. You're looking fresh. You got the Nick Sabans on.
You got the Nick Sabans
Roll
on.
Tide.
That is right.
Roll Tide, brother.
That is right. But no, yeah, I got a cut today.
It's fresh.
Yeah, I mean, I needed to. I just had to try and clean up before all the holiday festivities.
Little skin fade.
It's classic, Hard for them to mess up too. Usually comes out looking at least pretty decent. So, but I'm trying to think. No, I say over the weekend, this past weekend, the men's league baseball team, we won the championship.
Rockies won another. I did see that.
Fall.
Let's go.
But yeah, dude, it was super surprising. I mean, we run ruled both teams that we played.
Oh shit!
It was the 1-4 was the game at 10 o'clock, and that team wasn't as good. They had one pitcher, and once he was out, we knew they were kind of done. And so once that kind of happened, we just beat the shit. I think we put up like a 9 spot in the third or something.
Jesus,
on their guy.
A little bit was on their guy, and then the next guy that came in, we got like 5 guys in a row without getting an out.
Oh god!
And that really blew it up.
Is there a pitch count or an inning rule in that league, or is it just blow your arms out?
It's just one time a week. So you're just playing one game. I mean, so
that guy.
If you got a guy,
yeah, exactly. If you got a guy, I mean, and he's healthy to throw every time, like you can start the same guy every game.
Look, I might need to throw a few bullpens, see if I still got it.
Right.
We should.
That'd be great content.
That's what I
YouTube
mean.
channel.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We should do live BPs against each other. That would be fun. Did you get to throw it all this season?
I pitched a little bit. I pitched the last 2 innings of the championship game.
Did you give him a B-Weeze?
Yeah,
No,
he's doing.
no. It was like, because at that point it was like 11-0, so it was just like,
B-Weeze still does it.
no. The final out, I just punched a dude out looking. It was just a fastball in the corner, and as soon as I
Glove
threw it, like,
toss.
no, I didn't even like
You
acknowledge.
just said, sit the fuck down.
Pretty much. I didn't even, like, I threw it, like, saw, because Nick was catching. So as soon as Nick caught it, like, he didn't even move. And so, like, as soon as I, like, crossed over, I just, like, started walking to the dugout and was like, there's no way Nick's throwing me this ball back, because that was a strike.
Is your girl there?
She went, she went to both games.
Pool
A little
Went to
cleat
both.
chaser.
She went to both games. It was awesome. But,
Cool.
but no, so we won 14-0, then we won 11-0. And it was kind of tough because in the championship game, we played a team that we actually lost to earlier in the year. So we were 1-1, so we were kind of excited to play them. But their pitcher got cramps in the second inning. And
So he's a bitch.
Cramps. Is he on his period?
yeah, I don't know. But he had to come out of the game. And then they threw a guy that we had already faced, and we lit him up. I mean, we had a
Open
guy.
season.
We had a guy on our team, dude. This new guy. He hit 5 homers.
Holy shit, where are you playing?
Dude, we're playing on, I mean,
Mickey Glenn?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we're playing,
But still, a high school
playing high
field's
school-
legit. Yeah.
we're playing on high school fields. He hadn't played in a while, but I mean,
Is this Woody's?
yeah. So in the championship game, he hits 4th in the lineup. So,
Respectable.
and we go, it's bottom of the second, 0-0. First pitch of the second inning, boom, Clubs went over the scoreboard, 1-0.
What high school? Sorry.
We're at Cappuccino, and it's tiny. Like I'm flirting with homers.
Did you have oat milk or?
But so his second at bat
Walked into it.
it's still 1-0. Now it's bottom of the third, bases loaded, 2 outs. So I'll fast forward. It's a 3-2 count. This dude throws a fastball inside, and
Sammy Sosa broken bat homer.
it like skims his knob. And because like I was walking to second base because I just thought the catcher just completely missed a fastball. But the umpire called foul. Next pitch, grand slam.
Jesus.
5. I mean, the game was over right there. Once it was 5, because it was 2 outs, the whole thing. I mean, he hit it, and I just put my hands up with a 2. I'm like, oh my God, who is this guy? But no, I mean, he really helped us in. I mean, the power
Did you get
production
some,
was insane for him.
Did you get some victory smucks?
Did I get some victory smucks? There were no smugs, but there was a victory. We're keeping it clean in 23, baby. Shout out Manscaped. Let's go, baby. 5.0, buy the shit. But yeah, no,
so
it was a
good.
great day all around. Great Saturday. But yeah, that was probably the latest and greatest. It's been raining all week, so I love it. I'm off my feet. I'm playing games. I'm kicking kids' ass in Battleship, but teaching them how to play respectfully.
So is that what you guys transitioned to? Board games? You still have? Do you guys have a gym, or you like have to use a classroom? You just go into the
Yep.
classroom, give the teacher a break type deal.
Well, it's always their prep when I get them. So
Oh,
we just
right.
have an open classroom at our campus. So like that's
that's
where I
nice.
shack up when it's rainy. So yeah, I just bring a ton of games. I said this before the whole spiel, like coloring pencils, markers, paper, all that.
Are we
stuff.
playing heads up 7-Up at
I was
all?
gonna say.
We're diving in. I'm getting my ass kicked in Hangman. These kids are really
Wow.
they're sharp, man.
You know
They're
what's a good
sharp.
one?
Well,
Zephyr.
Indians and Asians will do that,
Zephyr is a great fucking
Hangman
hangman word.
Zephyr. Oh, as a hangman. word.
Yes, yes. See why?
Give me hang on Zeph.
Oh my God, you got a PHY in there.
That's
You
what I
got-
mean.
Wow, that's
They're
gonna
fucked.
Zephyr on mine, dude. Holy shit.
That's a good one.
Wow, that's
always,
yeah.
always stumps the
I
kids.
almost got them on Starbucks, to be honest.
Wow.
The K was tough for 'em
The K.
to find one, but
We need better teachers. Over
Yeah.
yeah. The CK.
Hit him with a GAY. See if they get that.
No, those were always great games or great days. I remember I I think I said it on here once, but our currency was mini pencils. Like we couldn't do anything else. Like I brought poker chips one time. They're like, you can't do poker chips. I'm like, okay, like I get it's a Catholic school, but we're not playing for money. So it was like, fuck it. Like we all just were like, we'll play for mini pencils. And that was like our currency. And we would play for literally like keep games going. Like we would keep decks separate. Like, okay, we weren't through this deck yet. Like it was pretty intense. And there was one guy that clearly had older brothers that played poker and would just clean fucking house. And now he makes EDM music. Shout out Chandler Segrist.
Chandler, love you, bud.
He's honestly the sickest. He was like that odd kid that came in like second, third grade, so kind of on the outskirts, and just made his way in by being a machine in a gambling. He was the guy that would again had older brothers, so he would tell us about like weed, and he would be like, oh, this and that. So like me and him found a Coke bottle that someone had fashioned into a bong on campus, and he's like, this is weed. And I was like, what's weed? And he's like, smell it, like you can tell. And I was like, and that was the first time I'd ever heard of weed. And we went and turned it into the principal, and I was like, damn, like I'm a good guy. And then fast forward,
spark it up.
Fast forward.
No, he would have though. I swear to God, he would have if he had a lighter. He was a crazy kid. He was one of those kids that would like go to the bathroom, and no one knew he had like hairspray in his pocket, and then he would go hairspray. He had long hair, hairspray his hair sticking straight up, and then just walk back into class like nothing happened. Like everyone's like, "What the fuck happened?" And like reeks of hairspray. And he's like, "What are you talking about? Like what?
What
just
grade is this?
That was in third grade, and he's just like before his time, like hilarious kid. But yeah, no. Rainy days. That's what he came back to. The best. But Teej, we'll go on to you. Volo star.
Wow.
Coming off eight 3-pointers and
had 26 tonight.
Wow, only one in the paint.
Yeah, it was a breakaway layup. Yeah, they zoned, so it wasn't really driving, and they had a big. So I missed a lot of runners, but no, Boog and TS were in attendance, so I know how to put on a show. We're also undermanned, and shout out Ryan Cali. I said I need you to get me 30 tonight, and I got 26. So it's pretty.
Was he not there?
Round up. No, he was there. Mikey wasn't there, and honestly, we played a lot better. So I don't.
Wow. None of the Rileys. I was gonna say under woman too. Only Alyssa on the court. Was she just doing line drills back and forth? Did you just tell her cherry pick on D?
Doing Rover.
Yeah, luckily they're they didn't have a girl. Yeah, there was some controversy tonight because Volo, not to get into the whole thing, Volo and Willow Glen Middle School fucked up all the scheduling. So
for the whole year.
We're cramming in 3 games in 2 nights. So we have a semifinal and final tomorrow. And tonight, basically both teams didn't have any of their players. So they were going to play with 4 dudes, and we were going to play 4-on-4. And me and Taylor, like, you said this is a co-ed league, so this should be a forfeit because they don't have a girl.
Yeah.
And
especially if you're playing tomorrow.
Say that in the rules. Doesn't say the rules. I'm like, well, it says at the top of the thing, co-ed league.
Yeah.
So look, we said one of the girls had just played and was a worker for Volo. She's like, I'll play. I'm like, yeah, because we have our girl. You told us to bring. Yeah. So, no, we'll win our 3rd title tomorrow night, and then
wow.
Yeah.
First basketball though, right?
First basketball title, yeah. And then we'll be at Goose after celebrating. So if you guys want to come by, get autographs, yeah, let us know.
And now that team, who would you say your guys' best player is?
I'd say Meek.
That makes sense.
Meek and Rye.
Meek and Rye. Meek last week was shades of high school Meek. He got pissed off early and just said, fuck you guys. I'm taking the ball to the rack every single time, and there's not a thing you're going to do about it.
They punched us in the mouth early last week, and then we turned it on.
And that was the same team as last week?
Yeah.
So you're playing them you don't play them tomorrow?
No, we'll play them the championship tomorrow, most likely.
What a shit show.
Better than the team tonight?
The same team.
They have a shooter that wasn't there tonight who was okay. It's probably their best guy.
Yeah. So what was the score today?
tonight they actually came back. We ended up only winning by 8. We were up by 20 the
Really?
whole game, and then they went on like a 12 over. Yeah, because we were just like jogging, and they hit a couple of big threes. But no, it was. We averaged around 70. We had 68 tonight. The first time we beat them, I think it was 70. We beat them by 30. The first time it was like 70 to 40 something.
It's pretty bad though. Like my dad took video, and I left the game. They had a doubleheader last week, and I left the game, and in the background of the score, they were playing this dog shit team. It was like 42-10 or something like that.
And they were wearing hats. They're literally wearing hats. And I had to take my. Sorry for the fans, but I don't have my Toddy Bonds in. But I was forced to take my earring out. I'm like, these fucks are wearing hats with bills, and this little dangle is gonna be getting. It's just
pretty ridiculous.
It's a fucking shit show.
It is. Volo has been a shit show, honestly. But when they bring you back for a discount to go win a championship, it's hard to say no. I didn't realize how low-key basketball was going to be. I feel like I could have suited up. I would have.
You definitely could have played tonight.
That guy on the big guy on the black team, let's just say I would have put the clamps on him. He would have been
He's a little deer in the headlights a little bit.
Yeah, he's got draft legs, too. I would have been fucking... He would have had an ACL injury by the time the game was over. Let's just say that. I would have found a loose ball to roll him up on. But yeah, nah. It's fun. It's fun to watch because, especially like I was saying, like you see you guys out there, and it's like
we've definitely lost a step.
You've lost a step or two, but like when you run out of bounds plays on teams that don't know they're coming, and like you're setting screens and sealing guys, it's like free baskets. It's just like it's fun to watch. You can tell you guys were well coached once upon a time, and it's been a while,
right.
but no, you guys are good. What was you know how this was probably a month and a half ago. We had a podcast called March Isn't Going to Work for Me, and it was about how they weren't going to pay me till March. So I've been in this whole saga with HR, and it came to an end yesterday. So
a good end?
It came to an end. So I go in, and this has been like back and forth. And again, this started with me like saying I'm walking out on the job, and my boss being like, stay here. They give me the rest of the day off. They take it up to HR because I'm getting paid 25% less than everybody on my team. Times pass. We're looking at the numbers. I'm still top dogging it, still getting paid way less. So I'm sending HR emails throughout like, hey, any updates, and just getting ghosted. And that's never a good sign, but I'm like, okay, whatever. So I told my boss, I'm like, look, you got to look into this for me. Like, we're coming to the end of the year. Like, I would like to get 3% raise on top of that.
Right.
As opposed to a 3% raise then that, you know what I mean? Then it's kind of negating the end of the year raise I'd be getting.
Right.
Anyways, we go on, and so my boss's boss calls a meeting with me, puts it on my Google calendar, like doesn't come and talk to me. I just get a notification like, hey, you got a meeting at 11:30.
Was this today?
This was yesterday.
Yesterday, okay.
And so I'm like, fuck, like it's just with him and then my manager, me. And so I'm like, God damn it, this is what it's going to be. Like, I'm finding out my fate right now.
Yeah.
And so I go in 11:30. I'm in the meeting. Me and my boss there, just kind of talking. And she's like, "Well, are you expecting good news? Like, what do you think?" And I'm like, honestly, like I expect them to tell me no. Like, you didn't get the raise. Like, nothing's gone right with me at this company for the 2 years I've been with them. It's been a fucking shit show to say the least. Supposed to be in the position I'm in for 3 months. Been in there for a year and a half at this point. Just garbage.
Shit.
But so the guy finally comes in and he's like, hey, and I'm like, as soon as he said, hey, I was like, didn't work out, did it? And he's like, just wanted to call you in today and let you know that a lot of us saw it your way, but the people at Financial didn't, so we're not going to be able to give you this raise. And I was like, I just sat there quiet and like let the room fester in silence. Like, I'm not talking first here. Like, you can say any more you got to say to me. And he's like, I know how hard you've been working. I was like, that doesn't really matter. And like, I just like kind of started being a dick at that point. I was like,
good,
doesn't really matter. And I like we kept going on. He's like, so what are your plans from here on out? I was like, as soon as I find a job, I'm leaving. I was like, I'll work 25% less hard than everybody else in here.
Yeah.
And then I'm gone. He's like, I totally understand. I was like, I don't think you do, but okay. And he's like, so like, do you have any like anything lined up? You trying to do anything? So I was like, I don't know. I think about joining the military. Just totally like, just fucking with it. I was like, I couldn't think of anything else. It's like, just thinking of joining the military. I was like, there's people that need to be taken care of out there, and just like kind of trying to sound like a psychopath. Yeah. Let's, and then he's like, oh, nice. And then, we started talking. I was like, I have no respect for like anything at this company. I was like, I've been told one thing and done another too many times. I was like, I just was like, this is a joke. So didn't get my raise, and yeah, so shitty. And so today I just went in there, wearing the Nevada starter jacket, big puffy jacket, threw the hood on all day, hat real low, and I just sat at my computer watching movies. I was like, this is some fucking horse shit. I was so pissed off.
That's what you should do. Fuck them.
I know, and that's, at this point, I'm like, I just got to find something new. I've pondered the idea of going back to school and fucking, I don't know what, marine biology would be sick. Go back to West Valley and go work at a fishery or some shit. I'm over being in an office. I don't think I can do it anymore.
Yeah, office sucks.
Sucks dick. Especially right now, we have this person bringing in his dog every day.
Oh,
God, dude.
I'd
be so pissed.
Dude. And you can't say...
Dude.
Because Google's policy allows for dogs to be there, but it's like it clearly states twice a week. What?
Looks like I'm going to Google.
Yeah, bring Apollo. So it says twice a week, like leashed up, has to be with you at all times, like can't smell, can't be barking, like all these things. This guy's, it's not a Mastiff, it's a Rottweiler.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
He's bringing that to the fucking...
Dude, it's huge and scary. And it'll just like come up to you and like rub its body on you. And it's been raining, so it smells like wet dog. No. And it got on my pants yesterday after I had that meeting. And I literally was like, from across, like the guy I know, I used the guy whose dog it is, used to be on my team, was like, Josh, come get your dog. I was so pissed off. But he brings it every fucking day. And I'm like, what are we, like, this isn't a zoo.
Fuck you, Josh.
Literally. And so this guy's Rottweiler and like this little shepherd mix got into it last week. Literally, I get into the office and all you hear is and like teeth clanging together. And I'm like,
I would have pulled another guy's desk pop. Shut the fuck up.
The whole time I'm like, I'm saying out loud. And again, this was last week. This is before I got bad news. And I didn't care. I was like, this is not a zoo. Like I'm saying, I'm like, what are we doing here, guys? This is not a zoo. Like, this is crazy. And like, no one seems to have an issue with it besides me. I'm like, this is bonkers. And like, I don't want to say I've been that guy, but I've had to be like, someone's got to get control. Yeah. Got to get control on the dog issue here. But
3 words.
Seems to persist.
Sleepy Joe America.
Dude, Biden's America.
2 large drinks from McDonald's, $3.26. There you go.
It's
weird.
Used to be $2.19.
2 days ago, Ryan and I were leaving the gym. We're walking down. There's a fucking corgi laying down in the squat rack, and we're at American Barbell, like the old gold.
Oh.
I'm looking around, like, what in the fuck is going on there? Just laying down, and the guy's like petting it, and I'm like, and those like shed. I'm like, I don't want to be working out and have fucking dog hair all over the squat rack area.
What if you were allergic to dogs?
That's exactly
like,
what I said.
What the fuck?
I walked down, I started conversation. I was like, I'm allergic. I'm like,
it's
fucking, yeah.
It's fucked up. And there, just in general, I think there should be like 90% less dog owners. Dogs don't belong sitting around all fucking day. They need to be out.
There's
dogging.
there's two in a couple rooms over there that don't need to be dog owners. Let me tell you.
Those dogs were hopping around the equipment before. I was getting a little nervous.
No, I had to yell and say, this is fucking real deal equipment, Mom. Get your special needs dogs out of here.
Get your French.
Almost dropped a hard R.
I almost called them the F word in front of Travis.
Yeah.
I switched it to fat. No, speaking of Rye, he said you guys hit a prank call the other day. today, or a prank text.
So
He said I had to ask.
this is actually really good. Bug and Kev are gonna love this. So he found this. I guess you can well, first we did 2 here. He's done 2. There's a texting app where you can basically
spoof your number.
You can send that you have a subscription to something. Yeah. So he got Uncle Cege's last 4 of his credit card and sent him a thing your premium subscription to gaymenforme.com is has just been uploaded and it sends to Uncle Cege's phone and he doesn't respond, and then he sent him a follow-up it was big hunks with big junks or something like that. Or a big hunk to fondle your junk. That's what it was, or something. We named the guys meet him at this location and blah blah blah, and oh, and it's
Could you wait? Hold on. Could you imagine if Uncle Ceege fell for this and you?
No, but he's getting charged. He's getting charged. Just upgraded you to the premium subscription and all this stuff. So then we did one with Dan, and he sent what was the text? It was something about hey buddy, you want to talk about that business opportunity or something? Or no, he said hey, and then Dan responded later at night, probably after a couple Sauvignon Blancs, and was nobody calls me buddy or something. And then Ryan getting at a rabbit hole, and Ryan says something, and Dan writes back. He meant to say lose my number, but he said loose my number, and we're losing it. And I was take a note out of that loose or something.
He responded.
Yeah, and then Dan was you're right or something, or oh. It just kept going on.
Holy shit.
And then
Bro, that is wild.
Yeah, he asked us if we were some random guy. I think because the preface was, the original text was hey, what did I lost my scorecard. What did I shoot at Boulder Ridge the other day? And he's yeah, and that's why we tried. Yeah,
Dude, what?
So he was what? And then Rye went into his face. Then it was getting deep. I'm dude, just cut this. This is too much. We got a couple laughs. Rye was trying to go deep. He's I got him. I'm relax.
I know.
I was laughing at the Siege stuff because I could just imagine she's oh. But I told him you probably doesn't know the last 4 of his cards, so he probably just thinks it's spam anyway.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good.
That is funny that he actually got the last 4 of his and rolled with it. Dude, prank calling and just pranking in general is so fucking funny. If you know the person, it is always has a great payoff. But speaking of that, I totally forgot. I woke up from a nap on, what day was this? On Thursday. And I was kind of groggy I think it was last Thursday. But I was kind of groggy. And when you're kind of out of it, but you're still with it. So I couldn't tell what happened. I was really out of it. And I realized my phone had woken me up. And it was a call from Bank of America. And I'm whoa. What the fuck? And again,
spam,
out of it. And so I pick up the phone and I'm hello, and they're hey, your credit card number, and they name it off the last 4 is has got some fraud activity. And I'm what the fuck, tripping. I'm what is going on? And so hang up the phone and finally get some snap out of it, and then get another call from them what the fuck's going on? And so talking to him, and they're yeah, we have your card's got fraud activity. And he's and I said, I was this sounds like a scam call. He's well, I can give you all your information if you'd like. And I was no, you're fine. Should have said yes. Just because he would have not had it, and I would have hung up. But anyways, he's and then so then something else. He said something else weird. Oh no, he was getting angry with me, because I kept saying it was a spam. I was this sounds like spam, and you can tell it was a gentleman with a southern drawl. Ooh. And he kept getting very upset with me, and I was so I just hung up, and so I'm doing whatever, and then I get a notification on my phone from the Bank of America app, but for some reason it looked weird. Like I couldn't pick out what it was, but I was like, this looks not the same as like the regular app. So I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Get another call from Bank of America. Don't answer it. Then I get another notification that my password's been changed, but it looks like the real Bank of America app. And I'm like, fuck, what is going on? So I leave work, go to the bank, because I'm like, I'm not like call. You know what I mean? At this point, I'm not calling anybody and trying to do this. Like, go to the bank. Turns out they fucking tried to drain a lot of my money, more than half of my money out through an electronic payment. Finally got declined. I don't know how they got into my account. Like, don't know anything. Like,
when was this?
This was last Thursday. Was your graduation? No, your graduation was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So it was last Thursday.
Fraud.
So it was fraud, but the phone call was fraud too. So they were trying to get me. So I don't know how they ended up getting into my account, but they were trying to get me to get into my account. And then I don't know if because I have an iPhone 6. So I don't know if it was like something in the phone. They just fucking worked around the phone. Like, I could not figure it out, but I went into the bank and they're like, yeah, no, you definitely have one. And so, cause he was saying like there were $280 like statements. He's like, did you make that like payment, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it wasn't that. But when I went to the bank, it was a lot more than that they were trying to pull out. And so I finally figured it all out. This nice lady fucking set me up. Had to change all my passwords though, get a new card, just a fucking hassle. But one good thing, finally opened a savings account and got a credit card.
There we go.
So on to big boy life. I guess it took someone to break into my account for it to happen. But finally, on to some real shit. Got to build my credit.
Dude, I got to do the same thing. It's so funny that you did that. I was trying to, over this Christmas break, I'm like, fuck, I got to do that too.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
build that credit, boys.
Honestly sucks. Because for the first 3 years I worked at Hardkey, and I would just get a check and I would go right to the bank, or if it was fucking late on Saturdays, I would go to check cashing places, and it would be me and every drug dealer in San Jose at fucking, I don't know what check cashing place on San Carlos, literally on San Carlos next to the car dealerships, cash and checks. But I just like didn't even have a debit card forever. I would just roll cash only. And then I was like, finally get a debit card. So it's a slow process, but it's good. It sucks, but definitely something that needs to happen.
No doubt.
Love it. But boys, we're at the Christmas season. It's December 20th.
Yep.
The 20th. I wanted to talk a little Christmas. We're all
little Papa Noel.
Boog, do you remember the best Christmas present you've ever gotten? Could be a toy, could be a sentimental gift.
I'll probably not the best, but I'd say the most memorable one, like kid wise, was this big Shrek stuffed animal.
Big Shrek. No way. Did you sleep with Shrek afterwards? Was Shrek a bed partner? I had a Scooby-Doo that was always on the
Zoe
bedside.
1 was a Christmas present. I guess that wasn't big on your list.
I don't remember that, so. I had a lot of stuffed animals, especially when we got the bunk beds at the zoo.
Were you a top bunk or bottom?
Top bunk.
Top. I'm not getting up on the top. The fuck?
Was there any ever waterworks that leaked down into your situation? No,
I was the bed peer.
Really?
Yeah.
Same. Dude, I had a strong bout with piss in the bed.
Wow.
Far too late into that's honestly, I think I've said this before. Part of the reason I don't get drunk is I'm almost guaranteed to piss the bed.
Oh, really?
If I go to bed drunk, I'm
Let it eat.
Probably.
My last one was 12.
Oh, yeah.
12? Okay.
That's I would say like not drunk. Yeah, probably about 12. But literally, my first night in Reno, we got shit faced, and like I'm talking brand new bedding, everything's brand new, fucking mattress pad. Like couldn't have been a better setup. I was like, it's still got that new house smell. It's not new, but it's a different house smell.
Right.
Hammered, wake up, just soaked. I was like, God, this is not the start you want, brother. Not the start you want. We still don't even have a stand for the TV. TV's sitting on the floor. You're soaked. Nice going. That threw out the mattress pad. Just said, we'll restart. Restart.
Same cashier, Bed Bath & Beyond.
Literally right back. Not good memories with that though. That taught me. I feel like piss in the bed might be part of the reason I wake up early too. You piss the bed, you wake up early, you can change the sheets out before anybody else notices. You're good and cleaned up. You're back to normal. I just put 2 and 2 together. Man, I might be psychologically fucked up. Kev, Christmas present. You got one that stands out?
I mean, yeah, like kind of Book was saying, like at least something I can remember. I'd say I think the PS2.
I was literally gonna say that was mine. That was mine. That changed the game.
Sick.
That changed the game.
Was that your first console?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? That was Grandma and Grandpa's gift. Each family got one. That was a huge.
That was a gift to the families. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. So now, okay, let's talk.
That got us gaming. That was Madden. That
big
was
time.
All.
That's MVP 05.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the best PlayStation 2 game? Ooh. Is it MVP? I
have mine.
I'm like 1A, 1B.
Okay, let's hear him.
I mean,
2, 3, 4. That's it.
It's MLB Slugfest.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so big. Playing with mascots.
Maybe.
Playing in
the one with A-Rod on it.
That's
the
what
one with A-Rod on it.
Texas.
Yeah.
And then NHL Hits.
That's so good that A-Rod was on Slugfest.
Yeah. And then NHL Hits, that Chris Pronger on the cover. It might have been
Yeah.
Because it was 3-on-3. Dude, I remember me and Ryan played NHL Hits, but Hits and Slugfest were, I thought, the best.
Mine, I was gonna say NBA Street Volume 2.
Oh wow, yeah! I forgot that was a PS2.
NFL Street.
NFL Street.
So I need a rebound.
What was that, bro?
I just sang the song that was
for NBA Street.
What? Someone when we got to Slack, we had like 6 consoles. We had everything. And one of the guys had a PS2, and we played Volume 2 like. Literally, I mean, pregame, we just always played Volume 2. It was so fun.
All I remember about that is everyone always trying to hit threes and Meek just taking it to the rack every time and just winning on 2s.
Yeah.
And people being like, what the fuck? But yeah, Book, what would be yours? One of those?
I was a big sucker for mascot games on the
NCAA. What is mascot games? What the fuck is that?
The NCAA games and you play
just play as mascots? Yes, yeah. That's so good.
Playing with like the Florida, just running around the Gators and stuff. Yeah.
I always remember Tuck Bake doing that, running around as the Spartans to Michigan State.
I forgot Book always play with the.
That's so good though.
And NBA Live was a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Live, honestly, NBA Live was better than the 2Ks. Like, say what you want. I liked them a lot more.
Dude, NFL 2K2?
I didn't even know that was
it. Dude,
Dante Culpepper on the cover.
Culpepper. We had the TO one.
That might have been 2K3 maybe? 4, but those were fun. But when they started, like, NFL had a little 2K streak.
Yeah. NFL was good, yeah.
Suck.
What?
They've all been the same since 12. Yeah, we were a Xbox family.
Yeah,
we got a PS2, but even still, it was like we would play literally just like MVP 05 on it.
You guys did an Xbox for a little bit. I remember you guys had one for a couple of years. 360, yeah.
360 for a little
we started with the OG Xbox. I mean, we were always we had like an N64.
Yeah.
Then we had the regular Xbox, and we had the 360, which would get the red rings of death. I think we went through 3 360s. It would get because they tried to put it out before PlayStation. I think that was the big thing.
Yeah,
they tried to
before
beat
PS3.
PS,
right?
Yeah. And so it didn't or the fan was all fucked up, and so couldn't tell you how many times we would sit there on the weekends taking apart the whole Xbox and just or there was one trick where you'd wrap it in towels and put it in the oven, shit like that, make it hotter than it needed to be. It was all fucked up. But
for a few years, the best was going to dinner, and Kevin and Rye had their PSPs, and it was
PSPs also changed the
Game Boy Advance. That was the first. I think that was because it was handheld, and then once it got to a controller to a TV and you could play, that was
Game over. That's like, we did Game Boy Colors too. The OG Game Boys had Pokemon and just like would rip Pokemon nonstop. I think back when I had my first surgery, I went back and just played on an old Game Boy Color.
I downloaded Pokemon Red on a
calculator.
Yeah.
The old Texas Instruments. I remember people would always have those in high school, and I'd be like, "You should probably be learning instead of
just catching them all."
Catching them all. But Todd, your Christmas present PS2 as well.
Yeah, I was really gonna
most
say
revolutionary.
Yeah.
I love it.
Really opened our eyes.
And you guys weren't big Call of Duty people. I feel like we played. It was like we started off with the Xbox. It was more like party games. It was like Fusion Frenzy, which is like
Frenzy's so good.
The best. It's honestly like the greatest game.
Is that ain't called? Oh, that's
it's like Mario Party's Xbox.
It's
just like for
various
Xbox.
like games.
Yeah, they're like mini games that.
Like
who are the characters?
Just random.
Oh, just random.
Yeah, it's like Microsoft's.
Yeah, but it's
like
fun.
it would be a fun dream, like a pre-game. Like if you were just like going out, like in college, just having a few playing that, fucking around. But we were Call of Duty. I couldn't tell you how many controllers I fucking broke. Fucking God, tomahawk.
Segment on controller.
I know. There's a couple holes in the Cali boy room.
Really,
dude. And you wouldn't think who it was from. It was not from me. No, yes, they were from Ryan.
That
dude.
is crazy. I would never have expected that.
When that dude lost his top, man,
Holy
out because it never happened. I'm like, but your ass is getting kicked.
That's crazy. I honestly would have never expected Ryan to be the one hucking controllers. That was the one thing I never threw them because I knew walls would make too much damage. We had this one nice wooden. It was an old school dresser. It was made like God knows how long ago, but it was solid as hell, and you could snap anything off of that. It was incredible. And then inevitably, the Xbox controllers would snap open, like where it like sealed together.
Oh yeah.
And so I would try taping them up to like make it not seem like it. And my brother's like, "What the fuck did you do to the controllers?" I'm like, "No, it still works." And they're like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Fuck off, dude. I got killed in battle. I mean, would you rather me die in real combat? What the fuck?"
But that had to be like against computer, right? Because that wasn't online yet, was it?
Oh no, it was online.
It was online.
It was on.
Oh, okay.
We got online. So we honestly like. When I was in 4th grade, we were playing Call of Duty online.
Really, I didn't realize it was that. Early
but
on.
it was hardwired, so it wasn't Wi-Fi.
It wasn't Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
okay.
so we were hardwired. But yeah, no, we were like pretty like new, like when it first came out. Like I said, because we played Call of Duties all the way through, so it was like we would play like just like the regular against the computer, and then there was like you can play against other people. Like let's go, and then in those days, it was anything goes talking, and it was like everyone had a microphone. Yeah. Everything was said, and it was
a lot of N-word drops.
Not from me. no, just kidding. But no, it was crazy. Like I still remember like this one guy telling this one story, and to this day, I think it was
he was telling stories.
Dude, this one because you could. The fun thing back then, it was Call of Duty World at War, so I think I was in 6th grade at this time. But if you got with like a good team online, you could all join like a clan, which is a crazy name to call it in Call of Duty. But you could join a clan, and you would play with the same people.
That's the World War II one, right?
Yeah, World War II. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it's honestly the best one. Like I thought it was the best one. But anyways, you could play with the same people for however long until people got off. So we got on this one, and this one dude is just like telling stories. It's just like has like control of the room. Like even the other team is like we went like many games, like playing against the same people, and like everyone's just like shut up during the intermissions, like listening to him talk. And he's telling us this one story about how he got pulled over and he was smoking a joint in his car, and he's like, so I put the joint out real quick, and I got tinted windows, right? He's like, cop can't see me putting it out, see what's in the car. And he goes, I shoved the roach up my nose. And he's like, so the cop goes, it smells like weed, blah, blah, blah. I'm taking you in. He searches the car, can't find the weed. And he's like, honestly, one of the greatest storytellers I've ever heard. He's like, cause I put it up my nose. And he's like going on. He's like, so we get to the holding cell, and we're sitting there, we're bullshitting. It's me and a couple guys. They got DUIs, and he's going on about their stories. And, like, mind you, we're still playing Call of Duty during this time, but, like, he's just going on and on. He goes, hey, man, like, just curious, like, you got a lighter or a match on you? And he's like, lo and behold, this one guy out of his socks pulls out a match booklet, snuck it in. And so he goes, the guards all walked away, immediately pulled the doobie out of his nose, sparked it up, and he's like talking about how they were smoking the doobie in the jail cell. And he's like, it was like the greatest moment. He's like, I still catch up with those guys to this day. I was like, God damn. And it was like the greatest thing ever. Like, again, I was in 6th grade, like middle school, like you're just starting to like get around weed a little bit. And I was like, God, like this guy is like the sickest, like greatest story I've ever fucking heard.
Nose roach?
Yeah, a nose roach fucking in the jail sale. And I was like, to this day, don't think it was a true story, but God, it was one of the best stories I had ever heard. But
fuck,
yeah, it was wild though. Yeah, the good old days of Xbox. Now you just got these fucking snot-nosed kids playing Fortnite. Got kicked off Fortnite for a week for shit talking. I'm like, what are we playing for then? It's how I get my anger out. Is playing video games.
So I thought Fortnite's evolved. I thought when you guys first started playing, it was like an app, right? Or no, it was not, because now I go to the Target and there's like hard discs now. Like,
so it started off as like just a download. You download it off your Xbox or whatever, but I didn't know they put it into disc. I mean, I guess
I saw one today. There was like a Transformers one. There's like a
what the fuck?
Yeah,
I wonder. You probably get like free shit with it. You know what I mean? If you buy the hard disc. I don't know though. I tried to play because Meek texted me and Mikey 2-3 weeks ago and was like, Fortnite, they're going back to like the OG version. Like, we got to play one last time because we used to play a bunch. And so I hopped on, and goddamn, I just got molested by about 10, 12-year-olds in 5 seconds. I was like, yeah, I was shutting this off. Sorry.
PS4? Or
Xbox. But you can play cross-platform.
Oh, you can cross?
Yeah,
okay.
So it's nice. Cool. Which they're starting to do with a lot of games now. So might get me back into video games, but it's a hard sell.
I have a PS4, but you got to buy the online stuff.
That's what I mean. It's a hard sell. It's like $100 a year now for Xbox, like online. I'm like, fuck that. Like, not
I wouldn't play it that much.
That's what I mean. I would play it like with a friend every now and again, but not worth it. Yeah, shit. Boys, I think that's it. That's our Christmas app, our holiday app, our grad app, and we get to do these in person. So from here on out, at least every other week, Josh Landers, move back, you piece of shit. But until then, thank you and adios, y'all. Peace.